Welcome everyone to episode 5 of the Brewhouse podcast between two brothers where we like to get together, talk about video games, tech, entertainment, everything in between. If you're watching us live on iTunes, not if you're watching us on YouTube or listening on Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, iTunes, we do stream one episode. Well, not Spotify
Not
yet,
Spotify.
but
Yep.
we do stream one episode every night, every Tuesday night on twitch.tv/brewski. So if you want to watch it live, we usually go live at probably 7:30 to 8 p.m. Central, and we've talked about a wide variety of topics already. Today we are going to be talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Kind of our top 3 movies, where we think the universe is going as a whole, our predictions for Avengers Endgame, which comes out. What's the date for it? April something.
April 14th.
April 14th. So yeah, we're pretty much, we're not going to be covering everything because obviously that'll be a very long episode. But
yeah, way too long.
yeah, that'd take like 5 episodes to do. But
April 26th.
April 26th. Okay. No, April 14th is Game of Thrones.
That's what it is. Yep. No.
Yeah, which is surprisingly early. So we might be talking about that coming up here in the next couple episodes.
Hey, that could be a weekly episode.
That could, yeah, that might up us to 3 episodes a week then versus 2. Because
Yep.
we could take like half a season at a time or 2-3 episodes at a time, break those down. Anyway, that's for a different time. For our new listeners, for those of you who don't know, my name is Mitchell, but you guys can call me Brewski, Mitchell, Mitch, whatever you want. I am one of your hosts. The other host is my brother Jonathan. You can call him JT. Our ats are at Brewski pretty much everywhere, and then at JT Broussard everywhere.
Yep.
Jonathan, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. Enjoying the day.
Yeah. The weather was freaking cold this weekend, like everywhere.
Yeah, it was. And then we got rain the next 2 days, and it's gonna get colder this weekend.
Good. I love the cold. I love it. So what you been gaming recently? I saw you beat Guacamelee or whatever it was called.
Yeah, give it. Yeah, platinum the PS4 version. I had played the PlayStation 3 version a little bit and messed around with it, but then I saw the PS4 version came out, got it, beat it, platinumed it. Gave a shout out to Drinkbox Games.
Nice.
I think they still follow me on Twitter randomly. But
it's like a little indie developer.
Yeah, I like shouting out the developers. Especially those little smaller ones that have put the quality in, that have really good games.
Yeah.
And just so I get like giving a little shout out to them. But no, other than that. I bought Spider-Man, installed it, haven't played it yet, so that's probably
that'll be a pretty big time commitment. I feel like because you're gonna want to, do like all the side stuff and everything.
Yeah, from what I see, I think it's like a 40-hour platinum of the main game, which is not too bad, and you don't really need a guide or anything. It's you play the game, do a little side missions, and you'll get the platinum.
Yeah,
I want to say the platinum percent, like of people that played it, is like 90% or something ridiculous.
Nice. So, well, I've been making good progress on my Kingdom Hearts 2 level 1 playthrough.
Yeah, you got a little over a week left.
Yeah, been preparing, just playing that game, kind of get back in the mode. So I think I said this last time. I am going to be streaming Kingdom Hearts 3. I was thinking about not streaming my first playthrough, just to avoid spoilers or whatever, because like the whole game has been leaked at this point. But I'm going to stream it.
I've not seen anything.
Me either, thankfully. I have everything muted on Twitter.
I know what worlds they are, because I glanced at the trophy list, so I know what worlds they are, but I didn't look at any like the story. The trophy list is actually surprisingly easy.
Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 wasn't that bad. One was annoying, but
I don't even think they have a difficulty trophy on this one. That's how easy it is.
Okay,
so
that's interesting.
Yeah, I would go ahead and stream it. The thing is, just put a spoiler warning up there. If people are going to want to watch you play it, it's whatever.
All right, so getting into tonight's topic, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, we'll kind of talk about our 3 favorites. I'm pretty sure 2 of ours will be the same.
Yeah,
if I remember correctly.
1 and 2 are probably going to be the same for us.
Yeah, they probably will. Which I don't think they'll come. Our top 2 will come as a surprise to anyone, but
probably not.
And then we'll kind of talk about where we think the universe is going next, our predictions for Endgame, and what's going to happen after that. So getting into our top 3, number 3 for me is going to be Captain America Civil War.
Ooh, that's a surprise for me.
What did you think it was?
Not that. The third one I wasn't sure. 2 and 1 I have a pretty sure I have a good idea. Number 3 is for me is a toss up between two movies, but I wasn't expecting Civil War.
Yeah, I really like Civil War. I feel like it was, well, I mean, it was after both of our number ones. It kind of set a darker tone for this the universe, which didn't necessarily go full DC, but it's like, okay, first Avengers was kind of happy go lucky. Everybody's, you have all these powerful people, and they definitely didn't get along in the first Avengers, but like they still worked really well as a team. And then they straight up just like they're not a team anymore. And Civil War, and it was definitely I don't know. I feel like they did it well. I feel like the movie was really well made.
It was good, and they did what they could do. I mean, trying to pull as much as they could from the comic. I mean, obviously they weren't going to.
They weren't going
to kill Spider-Man off.
Yeah, they weren't going to kill Spider-Man. They weren't going to kill Captain America.
No,
not yet.
No, not
that'll
yet.
be. Yeah,
I think it was good.
I also like how they introduced T'Challa in the Black Panther.
Yes,
I like how they introduced him a lot.
I think if they would not have had Spider-Man in there, it would not have been good.
Yeah. I mean, they introduced pretty much the future of the universe, or I'd say like half the future, because I mean, Spider-Man and Black Panther are going to be two of the main kind of figures going forward.
Yeah, you got Spider-Man, you got Black Panther, you got Scarlet Witch, you got
Ant-Man,
War Machine,
maybe,
and then maybe the Winter Soldier. He might be playing one. Bucky Barnes.
Yeah,
he might be a big part going forward. We just don't know yet.
Yeah, which we'll talk about later, about why he might become a bigger deal than he already is, because he was kind of, I don't want to say he was lacking in Infinity War, but like he didn't do anything. He shot a gun.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of a disappointment for me in that movie. I mean, I figured they would build up his character more, but
yeah, because I mean, in Winter Soldier and Civil War, he's like, it seems like he's stronger than Steve Rogers is for the most part.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're assuming that they've had, they're similar, like on strength level, they've had the same procedure done to him, and he has the metal arm that kind of gives him a little bit of advantage. But
and then again, he's been like cryo frozen kind of, and like been like, I don't want to say sick, but hasn't been keeping in tip top shape, so that might have something to do with it. All right, so what's your number 3?
My number 3 is going to be the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, that's my number 4.
It was a toss up between this and Thor Ragnarok. I mean, Thor Ragnarok was just a huge change. I mean, it's a great comedy, but
which that series needed, because the first two Thor movies were very boring.
The first one was good.
They were good. They were good story wise. Like even the second one, I mean, it was nothing really happened. It really started introducing. It added on to the Infinity Stone set.
Yeah, the second one was a wash. I mean, the first one was a good origin story. But no, Guardians was a great introduction to a cast that hardly no one knew about, and the direction they took it.
Yep.
It's very upsetting that James Gunn isn't going to be directing the third one, because he put a good spin on that. The characters are great. Chris Pratt does a great job. Dave Bautista is perfect as Drax. I mean, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, and all that is just, they had perfect casting in that.
Yeah,
perfect director, perfect casting.
Yeah, and that was like, I felt like they did a really good job blending the kind of lighter mood and the darker mood in that movie.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, music plays a huge part in that. And while, I don't know if you knew this, while they were actually shooting the scenes in the movie, they had the song for that part being played in the background.
Yeah, because I guess full immersion, you could say.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's my number 3. It was good. Some people like the second one better than the first. I prefer I like parts of the second one.
The second one was still really good. Like
the second one was really good. But if I had to tip one way or another, it'd probably be the first one, just because
I like the first one more too.
It was I think more complete.
All right, so what is your number 2 movie?
My number 2 movie is going to be I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna pull a quick one. It's Infinity War is my number 2.
Yep, same for me.
Yep. And see, Adam switched at first, but then.
And I'm gonna tell you my biggest problem with Infinity War, that it wouldn't have changed what I thought was gonna happen, but it would have made me question it a little more. I think they should have either left Spider-Man or I think they should have left T'Challa alive and him not going to dust, because
Right.
they killed off everyone that they already confirmed new movies for.
Okay, so if they didn't kill off T'Challa, who
They
maybe
could they could have killed
Rhodey?
off yeah, they could have killed off War Machine.
Mm-hmm. Um, I
I
I
mean,
understand.
because they had confirmed Black Panther 2 and they
Yeah.
had confirmed Spider-Man already. But then they
Well, I
could have
think
done it to where, oh, Spider-Man takes place before Infinity War, because I've seen that rumor going around that it takes place before, and while they're on the school bus because they're on their way back from the trip. I know
no.
that's not the case, but
Yeah, no, they've already confirmed that it takes place
immediately after.
like
Yeah.
days after. No,
So that
I,
was my main problem with it.
yeah, no, I can understand that, but I can tell you a reason why they may have did this. Okay, so think about the people they got rid of: Doctor Strange, T'Challa, Black
Mhm.
Panther, and Spider-Man, and the entire Guardians, which
Except
is
Rocket.
except Rocket, which is I think they did that mainly for conversational
Well,
type plays.
I know why they did it. They left the 5 original Avengers are still
Yeah,
alive.
well, that's the thing. They're not getting rid of one of those because they want you to throw in there, Avengers Assemble. They were that could have been the name, but they got those 3 are extremely powerful in different perspectives. So
What do you
they
mean those
wanted
3?
Black Panther,
Spider-Man
Doctor
and Doctor
Strange, and
Strange.
Spider-Man. Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, I think Spider-Man's underpowered in the movies. I think he should be stronger than he is.
Yeah, he definitely should. He should be like 4th strongest.
Yeah, 3rd.
I don't know. You say he should be stronger than the Hulk, and I don't agree
No,
with that.
no.
You said that to me in person.
In theory, the Hulk is stronger just because in his nature, he gets angry, he gets stronger. So the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets. So theoretically, he has unlimited strength.
Yeah.
No, I mean between him, Thor, and Spider-Man, it's those are the top 3. Pick and choose how you want to place them.
What about Captain Marvel?
As far as like brute strength comes out, I don't think she's probably number 4. But as far as she also has the energy and stuff like that. But as far as like actual physical
like binary and everything.
Yeah. But as far as like physical strength, no, she's not. She's not up there. She's probably in the top 5, but not there. But no, I think they did a great job with Infinity War. Just think about how many characters in there, and that's what I wanted to say about. Okay, Winter Soldier didn't have that much screen time. They also had 50 other superheroes in there that they needed.
Captain America had like what 20 minutes of screen time?
No, he had like
even
13.
Yeah,
he had less than 15 minutes of screen time.
And it's a 2.5 hour movie, and he's one of the main characters. Like he's the original Avenger.
Yeah, so he I think that's what they're saying. The runtime for Endgame is over 3 hours right now.
I think it's just over 3 hours.
And I say leave it 3 hours. I don't care.
No, they need to make it as long as possible, because we'll get into this after our number 1 movie, but people are gonna stay dead after Endgame if they die.
No,
because I don't want to say they're rebooting. They're going into a new phase. So we're coming to the end of phase 1, correct?
Phase 3.
Oh, okay. We're coming to the end of phase 3. We're going into phase 4. So phase 4 will be like Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Ant-Man, Black Panther, Spider-Man.
Yeah,
all the newer characters.
Guardians 3.
Yeah.
The what? Scarlet Witch is gonna have a movie. Black Widow is gonna have a movie.
Yeah. I'm sure they might even do a Ronin movie, depending on how people react to his character.
Hey, and Thor Ragnarok. They're gonna make a Thor 4. I don't know what they're gonna call it, but I mean that movie pretty much saved that series. Yeah. So they're gonna make a 4th one of that.
Definitely. Yeah, but we both really enjoyed Infinity War. We saw it. We saw it twice in theaters.
Yeah, I saw it.
I did. You saw it.
I saw it opening night. Yeah, and then we saw it again. I think 3 days later.
Yeah, just the fact that it was from the movie was from Thanos' perspective. Like he was the main character of that movie. I don't think.
And Thanos is like, if we had a list of bad guys, list of villains, he's number 1.
Yeah, I mean I don't want to say he's relatable, but you can see why he's doing what he's doing, because he's gone through through like stuff.
he has a he in his mind he has justification for what he's doing, and
Hmm.
he's collecting the stones for power, but he's collecting the stones to use the power. But then he's gonna go he went and stopped and farmed.
Yeah,
He's not going try to
he's
take over the
he's going
universe.
all K-Kona on us.
Yeah, he did what he needed to do, and he's done. And he's not going
Hmm.
to try to rule the universe or something like that. He got
Yeah.
the power, and he's pretty much, I'm just
Hmm.
gonna chill now.
And
So, what's your number one?
Winter Soldier.
Yeah, easily.
Second Captain America movie, to me, set the bar for all the other Marvel movies after it, and it changed the, I don't want to say setting, it changed the mood of all the movies after it.
Yeah,
It was, like I said, I don't want to say Marvel movies were happy go lucky before, but Winter Soldier was very, I don't know, we both agree. It kind of reminded us of a Jason Bourne movie, kind of like
yeah. Well,
intense.
it's a movie that you can watch and not really know anything else about the Marvel universe and
Hmm.
still enjoy.
Yeah, exactly. So, for the, I mean, I'm sure everyone listening has seen it. If you haven't, go
Mhm.
watch it. Introduces the Winter Soldier, um, who we'll get into this now, will potentially become Captain America after Avengers Endgame.
He's one of the candidates that could become it.
Yeah, it's either him or it's one of two people, pretty much him or Sam Wilson,
Yeah.
who is Falcon.
Hmm.
But Sam Wilson will have to undergo like the whatever treatment to.
No, he doesn't have to be.
Well, he
I
doesn't
don't think
have to, but he's just like he's a normal man after that.
yeah.
If he doesn't, so I think he would. But yeah, we both love Winter Soldier. Um,
It's
it,
the first movie directed by Anthony and Joe
Joe
Russo.
Russo, yeah, the Russo twins they're twins, right? Or are they just brothers?
They're brothers,
Okay,
I think.
the Russo brothers they've probably been one of the best things to happen to Marvel. I hope they direct many movies after this. I mean, they
Yeah.
directed that. They directed Civil War. They directed my top three movies: that
Civil War, Infinity War, and they directed
and
it in game.
Yeah. So just
Um,
where they've taken the universe as a whole, I feel like has been very good.
yeah, I agree. Him and I mean, Joss Whedon did a good job with the first Avengers.
Hmm.
Age of Ultron, I think had more meaning to it,
Yeah, which I
but
think Age of Ultron is undercredited. It's still a really good movie.
it's a good movie. I
I
mean,
think it was the
it's
most expensive one.
yeah. I mean, you gotta look at Ultron. He's all
Yeah,
CG, so
yeah. Which
and the
another
entire
thing.
last fight.
Yeah, the entire that fight was crazy. The CGI and like the fight on Titan in Infinity War was
Mhm.
stupid. I mean, it was insane. It looks so
Yes,
good,
and
especially Thanos fighting Doctor Strange.
yep,
All the
yep.
stuff that was going on with that was insane. All right, now let's get into the beef of it. What we think is going to happen next. Jonathan and I are pretty much under the assumption that they're either gonna form their own Infinity Gauntlet or somehow, and then they're pretty much gonna redo the snap, except it's gonna be what you think Iron Man's gonna wear the gauntlet,
I think him or Captain America might be able to wear it, but
and and then whoever isn't wearing it will be the one sacrificed for the Soul
yeah,
Stone.
I think so. It's going to be I think they're going to travel through alternate dimensions to
Yep.
get the
The
to get gems,
Yep.
and that or time travel, whichever.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're going to go back to the Battle of New York and try to try to get the Tesseract at
Uh-huh.
that point, and just change the future going forward.
Yeah.
Um, no, I think, I mean, you and I have spoken before. If it's probably going to be Iron Man's going to come down to it, and he's going to snap, and he's to get the Soul Stone, he's going to have to put Captain America in there.
Yeah.
I also think that could happen, or it could be the vice versa, and Captain America, turns down the shield and just walks away and
Mhm.
is done with it, and Tony Stark dies. But then how they keep him in movies going forward, he makes AI out of himself.
Yeah. So he kind of becomes the new Jarvis or Friday.
Yeah, new Jarvis or Friday, so he could still pop up as like a hologram in
Mhm.
future Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
still like he keep his intelligence. So sort of like what's his name from Winter Soldier, the little dude that's in the computers.
Oh yeah. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, but him, how they had like all those miles of tape, but I mean now it's so advanced that they could have probably a hologram that has a thinking consciousness in it, and
No,
he
I'm
could
gonna remember his name as
he's
soon as I see it.
he can keep going forward with that, trying to be there for Spider-Man and try to train whoever and just be the Zordon to the
No, that's not
to the
happening.
Avengers. No, so did you see the rumor of who saves Iron Man, which they kind of
No,
spoiled?
that's what I was thinking about.
No.
Who's gonna save Iron Man?
So we had discussed that, it's Captain Marvel. She could fly through space, yada yada yada.
Uh
Well, there was a leak from Audi. They were
okay,
doing a
yeah, I saw
commercial
about that. Yeah.
how there's going to be a new Audi car or whatever in there.
Hmm.
And there's supposed to be this VR special thing that you're going to be able to sit. And the title of the VR thing, you're going to be flying through space in this Audi or whatever. The title of the VR is Rocket's Rescue.
Oh, okay.
So he's on the Milano.
So Rocket probably has some
Can
kind of tracking.
he can track it.
Mm.
So Rocket's probably going to go save him
He's
and
gonna take like what, a Quinjet or
Nebula.
something.
Yeah, Quinjet, and go out there and save Nebula
Mm.
and Steve. I mean Steve
And
and
save
Iron
Tony.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That or Pepper Potts is going to put on a suit that's space equipped to go save him.
Yeah. So yeah, there's an in-game comic, and in the in-game comic, it pretty much like the entire universe gets reset, I think, and I don't know the exact, but there's an in-game series of comics where I don't know if it has something to do with the Celestials. So, like I said,
Yeah, probably.
this is gonna be. I feel like if anybody dies in this movie, which I mean, I don't know how many people they would kill off, but we're thinking at least one of
Two.
the original, if not two,
Yeah.
of the first 5 Avengers will die, and then
They're not going to kill Hawkeye. They're not going to kill Hulk. So if anybody, it's going to be Captain America or Iron Man or both.
yeah, which it wouldn't surprise me if it was both, just because this is both of their last movies. At least, I mean, for Chris Evans, this is definitely his last movie.
Yeah, it's his last signed, and he said, he would be open to returning. He said he's done playing Captain America. It's just this is the end of his signed contracts, but he's open up to returning. So obviously they can do a flashback or something like that. But it's gonna be good. I think going forward, if we talk about so they bring everybody back. That could be start up like the next things, because I mean, this is 10 years in the making for this.
Mm-hmm.
It's
over 10 years now.
Yeah, over 10 years that Thanos has been the bad guy. So it's probably going to be either you think Galactus or some of the Celestials coming up in the next one. So I mean, with that, you're gonna have Fantastic Four introduced. You're gonna have Silver Surfer. You're gonna have X-Men. I don't think they're gonna do.
Because
I don't think they're gonna do Secret Wars yet.
Not yet.
Well, if anything, no, it could be Secret Wars, since they're still working on getting all the X-Men signed over and everything like that. So I think they could do Secret Wars and then go and do the Galactus, more space type thing.
So is Wolverine gonna show up at the end of Endgame?
So it's gonna. I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna see Hugh Jackman's Wolverine roll up.
No, I mean like the new Wolverine, because like I don't know. There's no way they could keep that under wraps if they casted somebody.
I think it's more likely that Professor X is going to roll up on the scene.
Okay. And do you think it's going to be James McAvoy?
Yes, because he's still young enough to play the role.
And I like him. I like him as Professor X too.
Oh yeah. Bring James McAvoy over. Bring
him and Michael Fassbender.
Fassbender over.
They both nailed those roles, I feel like. And for the most part, the newer X-Men movies are really good. I mean, First Class and Days of Future Past are good.
Okay. Have you seen Apocalypse yet?
Apocalypse was average. Yeah, let's leave it at that. It was average. It wasn't as good as the other two, that's for sure.
No, Days of Future Past was great. So, I mean, First Class was good too. So,
yeah, I mean, it was an introductory movie, so you can't expect too much out of it. Given their backstories, just like Thor, the first Thor, there wasn't a lot of quote unquote action in it, but it set up the story.
I think we're either going to see in a post-credit scene, we're going to see either a X-Men or which most likely would be Professor X or Wolverine. Those are the two iconic ones that you're going to put in there.
Hmm.
Or you're going to see a Mr. Fantastic show up,
Okay.
like Fantastic Four. So I think if that doesn't happen, we might see someone show up in Spider-Man,
Okay. What
because
you
I can
think?
see
Like in the movie or like at post credit?
post-credit possibly. Yeah,
Hmm.
I think he can, like, get back to New York and start working with something that, like, run into Mr. Fantastic on the street.
Hmm. Post
So
credit for Captain Marvel will be something to do with Endgame. There'll be a funny one, and then Captain Marvel, like, because they usually do at least two. So one of them will be like the funny one they usually do.
well, the end
And
of the end of Captain Marvel is going to be her getting the page from
from
Nick Fury.
Nick Fury, yeah.
Yeah, and the snap happening. You're gonna see where she's at, and she's gonna start racing back to Earth, and
Yeah.
that's what's gonna happen. So
I'm excited
that's
for Captain Marvel.
it.
I think it'll
It's
be
gonna be
good.
good. It's gonna be good. I like the setting.
Hmm.
Uh, Brie Larson's comedy in the previews looks kind of stale, but it could also just be the cuts of it. So
Yeah. And how do you think Spider-Man's gonna be?
Spider-Man, I have high hopes for,
Me
just
too.
because how good the first one was.
And I
Now,
really like Jake Gyllenhaal, so
Jake Gyllenhaal's good. He looks like he's gonna be a good role for Mysterio. I
mhm,
think that's going to Spider-Man's. I think they're leading up to a Sinister Six movie, honestly, which would be great
that would be
to
really good.
see Marvel do a bad guy movie. But I hope it's not, like,
I hope they don't
you
pull a
know
Suicide Squad.
yeah, well, that's what I want. I don't want bad guys trying to be good. I would rather,
Hmm.
there's a comic line where Sinister Six, like, forces Spider-Man to join them and do bad things for, like, a certain period of time or something like
Yeah,
that. I think that would be better.
yeah, for
So
sure.
it looks good. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, that's crazy that's going to come out 2 months after.
Yeah, it comes out 2 months, so we have three. I'd say major. I mean, all Marvel movies are
Oh,
major, but
we're
what?
gonna have to go see that when we're in Orlando.
Oh
Comes out
yeah,
the
for
5th.
Guardian Con. Okay,
Yeah, it comes out July 5th. We'll have to go see that the day it comes out.
okay, I'm down. So, you have anything else you want to say?
We mentioned, the whole, okay, so Steve Rogers either dies or he steps away, which he's
Hmm.
done in the comics multiple times. So we're thinking that Winter Soldier could do it just because he has the strength, and, obviously
He's already like he's already
we've
ready.
seen him throw the shield and stuff
Yeah,
like that, and he wore it for a second in Civil War. He could do it. Sam
Sam.
Wilson's done it before. Ronan, I think, has been in the comics. He's been Captain America at one point, which I think Hawkeye's been in the comics.
Oh yeah, as I didn't know
Definitely
that.
he stepped in for a second. And I mean, when I think that, I just think of that scene in Age of Ultron where he just chunks this shield across
Oh
the
yeah.
Avengers Tower. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
So I think he could do it. I don't know if he would want to come back for some more movies, but he also, I think, can go off into the distance.
Yeah, he's one of those characters where he doesn't need to be in every major movie. Well, I
Yeah.
say every major one, because I mean, Hawkeye was. I don't want to say he was worthless, but he was
He-
worthless.
I mean, in the first Avengers, he was there for a little bit of comic relief and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Ultron, he was, good, but
but Ronan is like, it's pretty much it's the same, like, back character, but a completely different, like, I guess, force to be reckoned with. You could
well,
say.
I mean, he's working for the what's the Japanese crime? The Yakuza.
Yeah. Okay.
So he's going around killing people, just making money because obviously his
Yeah,
family
his family got
went away,
turned to dust. Yeah.
turned to dust. So that's gonna happen. But
Hmm.
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see how they do it, how they play it.
Hmm.
But no, I think definitely Captain America or Iron Man will die. A lot of people thought Captain America was gonna die in this first one. As little screen time as he did, I'm glad he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Chris Evans has done a really good job as Captain America. So if he does die, I want them. If any of these characters die, I want them to have a proper send off.
Do you think they're going to have a post-credit scene at the end of Avengers Endgame?
Yes.
I don't think they will. If they do, it's going to be a la the first Avengers where they're all eating shawarma or something like that.
Yeah, it might be that.
If it's going to have nothing to do with the plot going forward, because I think they're just going to, leave it at that,
Hmm.
saying, it's the end of Thanos, it's end of the first 10 years of
Yeah,
MCU movies.
it's pretty much like a season finale. So like,
It's almost like a series finale.
well,
honestly.
yeah, but like, at the end of a season, you don't get a trailer for
No.
the next season. You just get, it's over. So I don't know. I think they will because it's Marvel and they've done that in every single movie. But then again, this movie is different from all the other ones.
Yeah.
'Cause,
What was the one that had like the Captain America at the end of it? Was that Ant-Man? No, that was Spider-Man.
What do you mean Captain America?
Where it comes down, he's like, see, sometimes your patience isn't rewarded.
Oh yeah. No, the one you're thinking of was when you saw was at the end of Ant-Man for when Civil War.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That was a really good one because that set up a lot of the hype. But anyways, guys, I think that was just about it. We talked about our top 3 movies. Mine were what were mine?
Your third one was
Third one
Civil War.
was Civil War. Sorry, I'm brain dead. Civil War. Number 2 for both of us was Infinity War. And then number 1 for both of us was Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
So
Winter Soldier is just so good.
Yeah. Like I said,
the choreography in that movie is just top notch.
Yeah, it's set. Like I said, it set the pace for all the Marvel movies after it, which it definitely did a good job. So guys, if you enjoyed listening or watching whatever platform you're on, go ahead and follow, subscribe, like, share it. Comment down below what you think. If you're excited for the, I guess, extension of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, what you're excited for, what you think's gonna happen, and be sure to follow.
Who do you think's gonna die?
Yeah, who do you think's gonna die? And like I said, if they die in this movie, I think they're dead for good.
Yeah.
So, guys, hope y'all enjoyed, and until next time, guys, Jonathan,
keep gaming.
Keep gaming, brothers. We'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for watching. Peace.